What's up, YouTube? What's going on, man? How y'all feeling, man? You already know who it is. It's your boy, Sports God TV, where we talk sports like religion. Do me a favor and just hit that like button, man, so this video and future videos can reach the algorithm, man, to get up close and personal when it comes to one of the top stories on a particular subject. Hit that noti bell as well, so when I upload, you can get the notification to see what Sports God is talking about. Share the content as well. Jump in the comments. Let's get it cracking. Yeah, man. So look, man, it was a few fights this weekend that I just want to run over, man, and a major press conference today as well. But first, I want to start off with a fight that happened, man, a Mexican war, a straight up slugfest between Emmanuel Navarrete, if I pronounced that right, 38-1 with 31 knockouts, versus Oscar Valdez, who was 31-2 with 23 knockouts. Now, we all know that Oscar Valdez, prior to this weekend, had only one defeat, and that was versus Shakur Stevenson, undefeated 135 pounder, one of the best boxers in the business. So prior to that, he only had that one loss. But Emmanuel Navarrete put on the clinic, man. I mean, it was all out war, don't get me wrong, man. But at the end of the fight, Valdez eye was swollen so bad. I mean, the guy couldn't see at all. I mean, his eye was completely shut. And man, the Mexican fighters, man, they fighting style. They stand in front of each other. They throw a lot of blows, a lot of punches. And that's the type of fight that they like to fight. Like I said, it was a dog fight, but at the end of the day, Navarrete, his face just looked like he wasn't in the battle, with all the punches that was thrown, all the punches that was connected, his face just looked normal. I mean, nothing looked wrong, nothing appeared to be wrong with him at all. No swelling, no bruises, no cuts. It just looked like he was in a sparring session, if you ask me, which was absolutely crazy. Now, even after the win, he had mentioned, right after the fight, that he ain't afraid to, fight someone like Shakur Stevenson. Now, we all know Shakur Stevenson is just not going to stand in front of you so you could throw a million of punches. And even if Shakur Stevenson decides to stand in front of you, we all have known for right now that his skill set is so good and so slick, he can still stand in front of you and catch and shoot. But he still rarely catches any punches. He catches them with gloves, yeah, and then hit you with a good counter. But I don't know. I mean, hey, man, it may be a fight that could be entertained, but I'm just not sure if Navarrete's style would be enough to clip a guy like Shakur Stevenson. His boxing skills, his ring generalship, his boxing IQ, his defense, and his ability to counter and adjust and on the fly in the ring is just second to none, really. So it's hard for me to even see that fight happening. But hey, man, who knows? It may happen, and it may be a good fight to look forward to in the near future, but we shall see. Because obviously Shakur is trying to line up some of the biggest fights in boxing in his weight class, but so far not too good for Mr. Shakur Stevenson. And then we had Anthony Joshua, former champion heavyweight, 26-3 with 23 wins by knockout, fighting Deontay Wilder's boy. Deontay Wilder fought the same guy, Robert Helenius. He fought him, and he's 32-5 with 21 knockouts. And Deontay, that's his boy. They used to, be in the same, place and everything like that. And Deontay, it's all business at the end of the day. They still buddies, but Deontay knocked him out like quick. Very, very, very quick. And Anthony Joshua, this was his first fight under Dirk James, Earl Spence, and Jermell Charlo's and Frank Martin's, trainer. And I wasn't super impressed by Anthony Joshua's performance. I didn't really see too many tweaks in his game either. Did he get off a track from what he has been training for with Dirk James, or I'm not too sure. It wasn't impressive. Of course, he got the KO in the 7th round with a straight right down the pipe overhand sort of punch that hit Helenius on the chin and put him basically to sleep, But I still wasn't impressed. He looked cautious. He didn't throw a lot of combinations. And even when he was undefeated and was considered probably #1 pound for pound at the time, or just up there, I always said that I think Deontay Wilder get him out of there anyway. And to this day, I still feel the same way, man. I feel like Anthony Joshua is just, from them losses, the loss he took to Louise, I feel like he's still a shell of himself, and I don't see him by no means beating Deontay Wilder. I think Deontay Wilder knocks him out, especially if he fights the way that he just fought, not letting your hands go, not throwing combinations and things of that nature. You can't fight that type of fight against Deontay Wilder. It's just not happening. That's why Tyson Fury was so successful versus Deontay Wilder, because his ability to throw combinations, his ability, he's just a slick boxer anyway, as far as counterpunching and things of that nature. But he also throws combinations. And I believe you have to fight Deontay Wilder that type of way to have success, because his punching power and his placement, obviously, it's not a lucky punch that he throws when you put 90% of your fights on a butt, knocking them completely out. That's no lucky punch. That's a skilled, well-timed punching machine. So who knows, man? Maybe Anthony Joshua gets back into the lab, but I would love to still see Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder fight. And then the big fight, the mega fight. See, this is why boxing right now is winning with all the big major fights, but to have 2 undisputed fights back-to-back is just amazing. We know July 29th we had Earl the Truth Spence Jr. and Terrence Bud Crawford in the welterweight division, undisputed, but now we got at the 168 undisputed championship between Canelo Álvarez, 58 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 wins by way of knockout versus Jermell Charlo, 35, 1-1, 1 loss, 1 draw, and 19 wins by way of knockout. Presser was a day in New York, and it seems Jermell wanted to, be Jermell, which he did a little bit, but I think the presence of Canelo, it seems like they taking the approach like Earl and Terrence, not so drama and problematic, just, a smooth respect for each other. They both appear to acknowledge that each one is a great fighter, and they promise fireworks. And I can see this fight delivering better than the other mega fight that we had between Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford. I have been openly saying that Canelo Álvarez is my favorite fighter in the game, but I give Jermell Charlo a tremendous shot. I mean, even though he's jumping up 2 weight classes, I think he'll be able to fill in that weight for that fight come fight night. He's a big guy naturally. He got speed, got power, he got lateral movement, and he's a dog, lines only, right? But Canelo Álvarez and his fan base and his experience in the ring with some of the best fighters that the boxing has the offer. He has fought those fights. He has learned. Canelo also has power, has skills, lateral movement. And this would be a way more competitive fight. Like I said, the mutual respect is there between both fighters, but at the same time, this should be, when it comes to pay-per-view buys, because of Canelo's fan base. And then when you have an element, my big brother on his channel, and y'all go subscribe to my big brother channel, They Be Wrecking, you know. He mentioned, you know, when you have a black fighter and a Mexican fighter believing, and it's proof that those two fan bases are the biggest supporters in the game of boxing. And when you bring two of the top elite boxers and fighters from, you know, both ethnicity backgrounds, you get a big fight. And so I expect a big fight. Canelo fights generally always do pretty good. And this is going to be one that I'm looking forward to see. What you guys think, man? Go ahead and leave something in the comments, man. Like I said, man, hit that like button for me. Get this video up to the top, man. The algorithm, you know what I mean? Share the content, jump in the comments. Let's get it cracking. And I'm out. Till the next time.